Hey, what's up everybody, it's your boy Busfare here. We're going to be talking about some of the cards coming out in Cross Souls, the new set coming out in May, I believe. But we're going to be talking about just a certain amount of cards. I'm going to go in some other cards later on in other videos. But right now I'm going to talk about the new Monarch support that was released about a couple days ago, maybe about a week ago. I'm a little bit late on it, but I figured I'd just do a video on it because I'm really interested in what these cards can do. As you know, ever since Cosmo Blazar, they started giving us Mega Monarchs and more Monarch support, like, returning to Monarchs, all these Monarch spell and traps and stuff like that. And I figured to go into some of these new cards. This is basically a new Monarch support archetype called the Vassals, or the Vassals, I'm guessing they're going to be called in America. But we're going to go into Mithra the Thunder Vessel. Now, all of these support cards, the monster cards, are 800 attack and 1000 defense. So during your main phase, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of the turn. Also, special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, special summon one Vassal token, Thunder type, light, level 1, 800,000 defense to your opponent's side of the field in defense position. If this card is tributed for a tribute summon, you can activate this effect. You can tribute summon one monster during your main phase, in addition to your normal summon set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. You can only use each effect of Mithra the Thunder Vessel once per turn. Now that I think about it, this card is actually not that great, because if you can only use each effect of Mithra once per turn. So once you use her effect to special summon herself, once you use the effect to special summon herself and then give your opponent the token, you then cannot tribute her immediately and gain her effect to then additional normal summon, because you're already going to be using two effects that turn, which makes her not even that great. And plus, you probably wouldn't want to use her anyways, because nobody wants to give your opponent a token. Definitely when that token doesn't come with any kind of consequences, like as if Ajama tokens, where your opponent cannot tribute them or something like that. I mean, and if they get destroyed, you take damage. It's just like, okay, summon this monster, your opponent gets 2 tokens. It's like, alright, cool. Berlin's the Firestorm Vassal. Pyro archetype, level 3. Same thing, he's a fire type. You can discard one card, special summon this card from your hand, but you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of the turn. If this card is tributed for a tribute summon, you can look at your opponent's hand and banish one card from your hand until the end phase. You can only use each effect of Berlin's Firestorm Vassal once per turn. Now, this card is pretty good. You can discard one card, special summon this card from your hand, but honestly, I mean, unless you're going to be using Mega Vassals, he's not really what you want to use, because if you use Thessalos, Mega Thessalos, with this guy, you're going to be able to activate Thessalos' effect. But, honestly, you're probably not going to use Thessalos all that much, because of the fact that you can just use Tricky, which is a 2000 attack monster that all you have to do is discard to special summon him. And also you get to special summon monsters from your extra deck if you need to, in case you needed to. But this guy isn't all that great. I don't like the fact that you have to discard to special summon this card from your hand. Yeah, you get to banish a card from your opponent's hand into the end phase, but I mean, it's not like it's their end phase, it's your end phase. So really, any card that they would use in their hand is not going to be used anyway. And even if then, if you was to banish a card that they really could have used, like a hand trap, they're just going to use the hand trap anyways. They're going to use the the Veiler or the new Yugi Asagi chick that's coming out in Cross Souls. So I mean, there's really no reason in using this guy right here. So this guy, I say, is a pass. Maybe use one of, in case you just feel like using that effect in some kind of way. Next is Landrobe the Rock Vassal. This guy is actually pretty good. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. You cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of the turn. So the cost is you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Also, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, change that target to face-down defense position. So this is really good, because it allows you to set cards that let's say they have a card with a lingering effect, a continuous effect. You special summon this card from your hand and you put that monster face down, and then you get the tribute and not have to worry about, I don't know, something like what's that one card? Necroz of Gungnir. Let's just say her, because during either player's turn she can target a card and destroy it. So you can activate this guy's effect, target her, put her face down, then special summon him, and then tribute for a Caius or Grandma, whatever you want to do in order to get rid of her. So this is definitely a card that you would probably play 2 to 3 of, depending. I'm not sure yet, because when these cards actually release, I will be playing them on DevPro, because DevPro is most likely going to get them first. So definitely I would run this guy at 2 or 3. Alright, next we're going to talk about Garum the Storm Vassal, basically fucking Stratos. You can return 1 tribute summon monster you control to the hand. Special summon this card from your hand, but you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of the turn. If this card is tributed for a tribute summon, you can add 1 monster with 800 attack and 1000 defense from your deck to your hand, except Garm the Storm Vassal. So basically, this guy, let's say you want to reuse a Ryza or a Caius or something like that. Bounce him back to the hand, special summon this guy, and then retribute him. Oh well, you know, retribute him, and then you get another vassal from your deck to your hand. So that's not bad. That's really good. But you can't get himself, so that this kind of sucks, because it'd be nice to have just a loop going on, but that's not the case. So I would definitely run 3 of this guy. You have to. It's the searcher of the deck. He creates plays. Next is Lucius, the Shadow Vassal. He's a level 1 fiend. You can banish 1 level 5 or higher monster from your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. But you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of the turn. If this card is tributed for a tribute summon, you can reveal all set cards your opponent controls. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. This is a pretty good card, definitely, if you need to scout out what your opponent has set or his back row. You don't want to run into an ice hand or a fire hand or something like that. So definitely this guy is going to be good. I would definitely run him at 2 to 3. I'm not exactly sure how fast the deck is going to be. If you're going to be able to produce monsters in the graveyard that are going to be level 5 or higher monsters in the graveyard, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, you can run Trickies with this deck, so you can just banish Trickies if you need to, but I'm not exactly sure, so we're going to sit back and watch. Also, he's level 1, so you can use like Kinkabio to then special summon him and go for rank 1 plays. I don't know exactly what rank 1 you would probably use, so, you know, I'm just saying, you know, he's a level 1 guy. So you can use him in like your Chaos Piper decks or something like that. That would be really good, actually. Next card we're going to talk about is Dominion of the Legendary Monarch. This is their field card, and it is actually really, really good. While you have no cards in your extra deck, if you control a tribute summon monster and your opponent does not, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. If a tribute summon monster you control attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 800 attack during damage calculation only. Once per turn, you can reduce the level of 1 monster in your hand that has 2,800 attack and 1,000 defense by 2, even if they are summoned set or if this card leaves the field until the end of the turn. Now, this card is really, really good. If we ever come into another format where extra deck monsters are the dominating force, if you're going against BAs, this will probably be the card that you would definitely want to use against them to stop their Dantes or their Virgil plays or any other monster like Acid, Golem, or anything like that. So with this, any 2800 Mega Monarch will become 3600 after during damage calculation only. Also, you can reduce the level of Mega Monarchs down to level 6, so you'll be able to normal summon Mega Monarchs with just 1 tribute, which is fantastic. I would definitely do this card is gonna have to be run at 3. Definitely. I don't even know if you really need to use terraforming for this card because you already have Tenacity and Monarchs. which allows you to draw out this card from your deck if you have a Monarch in hand, which will most likely be the case. And definitely, I cannot wait for these support cards to come out. I really want to test them out. As you know, I had a Ghost Trick Monarch deck. I'm probably still going to use some of the Ghost Tricks and probably use a little bit of the Vassal monsters just for the extra speed and the consistency. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, make sure to please like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and I will definitely be testing these out on DevPro whenever these drop. So if you have me on Facebook, Kick, Instagram, or something like that, please let me know. If you're on DevPro and you see these cards, please let me know. I will definitely go and test them out. So thank you guys for watching, and peace out, people.